Hey, this is Matt from InvestorQuant. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, 2020, and we just had the FOMC announcement come out. We've had a little bit of a response to the downside on it, but nothing extreme. And what I want to do this afternoon is look at what happened going into the close on FOMC announcement day, and I'm going to put a little bit of intraday price action on it as well. So I've got a 50% retracement of today's price action drawn here on the ES. You can see we're currently just above it, but this is the reference line I'm going to be using in the test that I'm going to run here in just a moment. So are we holding above the midpoint of the daily session or below the midpoint of the daily session going into 3 p.m. at or on FOMC announcement day? So let's set this up. I've got all four instruments selected here. Setup is going to be intraday time based with an entry at 3 p.m. Eastern time. The trade type is long, and all I'm going to do is come in here to the post open filters where I can add some price action around what's happened between the open of regular trading hours and the entry time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm going to put the first test that we're going to run as 3 p.m. being above the midpoint of the session, and then I'm going to come in here to market events and add that today is day of FOMC announcement, and then hit view results. Alright, these are the results of going long at 3 p.m. Eastern time on FOMC announcement day if you're trading in the top half of the intraday range at that point. And we have good samples here for all four instruments, and they're all kind of around that 50% mark. So ES is just a touch weaker, but NASDAQ right at 50, YM pretty close to 50, and Russell right at 50%. So no bias that really stands out here if we're trading in the top half of the range at 3 p.m. So now let's go back to the post-open filters and look at the difference if we're trading in the bottom half of the range at 3 p.m. These are the results, and the difference is quite drastic. So if you're in the top half of the range, the stats were all coming in around 50-50 for going long at 3 p.m. If you're in the bottom half of the range at 3 p.m., the results for going long have gotten ran over historically. So ES, the win rate's just 32.6% if you're going long at 3 p.m. Eastern time on FOMC announcement day if trading in the bottom half of the range. NASDAQ's 43%, YM around 35, Russell around 40. So all of these are weak, well under 50%, and some of these getting in the lower 30%. The equity curve you can see here, quite weak as well. So historically, if we're below the midpoint of the session at 3 p.m., it's had a bit of a bearish bias to it going into the close, exiting at 4:15 p.m. Eastern time. So good luck today, and we will see you tomorrow.